run in that four-run fifth inning for the Senators, and the first pitch from Lingenfelter is outside, and now they're going to say a balk.
Yeah, no pitch, so it'll be a balk.
So now Lindsley will move up to second on a balk. So they had a balk last inning on Malvin Pena, and now Lingenfelter called for a balk. So again, the count remains no balls and no strikes to Sanchez. It was no pitch, as Jake said. So Lindsley now at second base with nobody out. That pitch is over for a called strike one. And Tyler McKay continues to throw in the Phil's bullpen.
Actually it's Max Coons.
So McKay was throwing. He sits down, and now Coons gets up. And in the Senators' bullpen is left-hander Evan Lee. Broken bats and trickled foul.
Lingenfelter going to cover the bag on what could have been a ground ball to first, but I think also a little self-defense getting out of the way of that.
Thick end of the bat made its way out towards the pitcher's mound, so Sanchez will have to go back to the dugout, get a new piece of lumber. No balls and 2 strikes. And the Senators are managed by former Montreal Expo Delino DeShields, played for a number of different teams in his 13-year career. Mentioned that he was originally recruited to play basketball at Villanova before opting instead of going to play professional baseball. The other distinction, one of the distinctions of Delino DeShields' career, Montreal Expos traded him to the Los Angeles Dodgers for a pitcher by the name of Pedro Martinez.
I think we know how that ended up.
Not the shortstop for the Phillies. That's a different Pedro Martinez. But the pitcher for the Montreal Expos, Pedro Martinez, became a star for the Expos and then went on to a Hall of Fame career, which of course ended up in Philadelphia and at one time was here in Reading, pitching in a rehab appearance. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jose Sanchez. Lindsley takes a pretty good sized lead off of second, pitch to plate, and then Sanchez stays alive as he just gets a piece of it. Delino DeShields had a son who played in Major League Baseball, Delino DeShields Jr. He also had a daughter who followed his basketball, Jean Poole. She played at North Carolina, is now playing in WNBA, Diamond DeShields. So he's got not only is he a professional athlete, but he's got 2 children who also became professional athletes as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sanchez. Way up high, ball 2. Lingenfelter's job is to try and keep it here. Hope that the Phils can continue to come back. They've still got 2 more at-bats to work with. Top half of the 8th, 6-4 Senators. This is again, and the count is now full. This one tapped foul and out of play. The moment we mentioned how quickly the game was moving along through the first four innings, as soon as we mentioned that, the pace of the game slowed down considerably.
Yeah, we're about 2 hours, 5 minutes right now in the top half of the 8th.
3-2 now the count to Sanchez. Again, fisted up in the air, long run for Nick Potko, and he'll run out of room as it lands just beyond the Savage 61 dugout suite. So the count stays 3-2. Phils and the Senators back at it tomorrow night at 6:45. They'll wrap up the series Sunday night here at FirstEnergy Stadium with a 5:15 first pitch. And make it out as always. We'll have the call of the game for you on the Reading Fight Phils radio network. And again, a foul ball by Sanchez, doing a great job of battling Lingenfelter here.
Of course, the pregame show presented by Mike's Sandwich Shop from the Tompkins Plaza right after gates open tomorrow. We'll be live as well. Had a great conversation with Griff McGarry today. If you missed it, head over to our Facebook page to check it out in its entirety.
And Sanchez does it another time, fouling that one out of play. Certainly has given Max Coons plenty of time to warm up. See if this is perhaps the last batter that Lingenfelter faces as many pitches as he's thrown here.
Lingenfelter up to 23 pitches on the night.
He'll come again with a 3-2 pitch. Time is called beforehand. Sanchez tired of waiting as Lingenfelter took a little bit longer on that delivery. Took a couple looks back at the runner at second base. So Sanchez calls time. Senators batters have done that on quite a number of times tonight. Mick Abel was working very quickly early on, and the Senators were using their one timeout per at bat. 3-2 pitch, tap back towards the middle. Oliver Dunn will make the play, and wide throw, but Podka will come off the bag and make the tag for the out. That's out number one. It does allow Lindsley to move up to third base.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Nick Podkul. Oliver Dunn, it's a tough play for him, making the throw on the run. Puts it enough in the vicinity of the first base bag. Podkul comes up, pulls him down the line a little bit, and slaps the tag on the runner Sanchez. Infield comes up now with one out and a man on third.
Jackson Clough now the batter. Clough is 3 for 3 tonight. Double, singled and scored a run in the fifth. Singled and then goes thrown out by Johan Rojas, trying to stretch it into a double his last time at bat. He's now 7 for 10 in this series. He's hitting under 200 when the series began. He's at 246 now. Infield up for the Phils, trying to cut down yet another run for the Senators with one out. 1-0 pitch is again outside. It's 2-0.
I think that was called a strike, and they gave him the outside corner there.
Okay, that's a disconcern from the Senators side, as they, like I, thought that pitch was outside. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Phils will take it. This one lifted into left center field. Going to be a long run for Ethan Wilson. He'll dive and not come up with it. Clough again strikes with another base hit, drives in another run, makes it a 7-4 game on Jackson Clough's 4th hit of the night.
Yeah, Clough 4 for 4 tonight. Like you said, he's had an excellent series, and another Senator to have 4 hits tonight, not tonight, in this series as well. Rutherford had 4 a night ago, which was a season high against the Fightin Phils, and his teammate Jackson Clough matches that. And here comes Al Padrique.
Auburn University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen. Will call it in tonight for Zach Lingenfelter. And the lead for the Senators has grown now to a 3-run spot at 7-4 when we come back after this.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
28-year-old right-hander Max Coons on in relief for the Phils. Again, man on second base and 1 out here in the top half of the 8th inning. The Senators have put another run on the board. They lead it now 7-4. The RBI double by Jackson Clough, and they'll bring the top of the order and Robert Hassel to the plate. Hassel's been on base by a couple of walks, struck out his first 2 at-bats and then walked in his second 2. Jackson Clough and Frankie Tostado have done a ton of damage in this series, and especially tonight. Tostado with 3 hits and a walk. Clough now with 4 hits. .95-mile-an-hour fastball for Coons is fouled off by Hassel, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's the 15th game of the year for Coons. 0-2, 3 saves. 22 strikeouts and 13 walks over 13 2/3 innings pitched. Second appearance this week. Went an inning on Tuesday, 3 hits, 1 run. Pair of walks and a strikeout.
Jackson Clough takes his lead off a second. 1-1 pitch is fouled out of play by Hassel. Missed our broadcast earlier. Robert Hassel, the number 2 prospect for the Washington Nationals. He was one of the 5 prospects acquired by the Nationals in the Juan Soto trade last August. Hit for average and for power at Fort Wayne before the trade. Has not hit for any power since coming into the Nationals organization, but still hitting for an average at 300 as he steps in here. And he goes down on the strikes again for the 3rd time tonight. Nice off-speed pitch there by Max Coons to get Robert Hassel for out number 2.
Inning and a third of work for Zach Lingenfelter. 2 hits, a walk, no strikeouts. 32 pitches, 20 of them for strikes. Currently charged with an earned run, still responsible for Clough, who stands on second, as Coons will look to retire Rutherford, who's 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, rare 0 for 4 in this series for Blake Rutherford. He's done a lot of damage in this series. And the first pitch from Coons is outside for a ball. Max had the closer role for the Phils early on in this season, but then his ineffectiveness ended up turning that over to Brett Schultz. Schultz blew the save last night. This one ripped into right center field and is going to fall for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall, and another run scored, another RBI for Blake Rutherford on the double into right center field. Jackson Clough comes around to score, makes it an 8-4 game.
Rutherford, good piece of hitting there, takes a pitch that was down and away and able to extend the arms, get the barrel on it, drive it to left center field. As Clough scores that, then officially closed the line on Lingenfelter. So 2 earned runs charged to the righty Lingenfelter, and Coons works here against Donovan Casey.
Bullpen woes for the Fightin' Phils continue as Casey bats with a man on second now and still 2 down. 2 runs across for the Senators here in the 8th. Phils had got it back to a 2-run game. Now it's back to a 4-run advantage for Harrisburg. 1 ball and no strikes now to Casey. And it's outside 2-0. Casey 0 for 3 on the night. Did have a sacrifice fly and an RBI in that 4 spot in the 5th inning for the Senators. 2 balls and no strikes to him here. That's over for a called strike. It's 2-1. Coons is consistently 95 to 97 on the radar gun. And comes with the fastball again that Casey tried to check his swing on, but didn't matter. It's a called strike. It's now 2-2. Casey didn't think so. He calls a timeout. Now back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, top of the 8th. Tries to get in a chase, and he does not. Now it's 3-2. Tap towards third. McCarthy Tatum gets it, spins, throws, and it gets away from Podkul. That's going to allow another run to score. Podkul tried to scoop it on the backhand, couldn't come up with it. That'll be an error, and another run scored for the Senators, makes it 9-4.
Yeah, tough play for Tatum at third. Fielded spins, bit of a short hop throw for Podkul, who was unable to scoop it.
Second error of the game for the Fightins. So that'll bring up Frankie Tostado. AC stayed at first base on the throw. So Tostado 3 for 3 on the night, plus a walk. First pitch swinging, and fouls it straight back. 2 singles, a home run, and a walk for Tostado in 4 plate appearances. So he's 6 for 15 in this series. Now up to a team-high 26 RBIs with his 2 more tonight. Coons 0-1 pitch. Big swing, no contact, and it's 0-2. Now Tostado calls the timeout. Leonard Shields has 3 different switch hitters he can make use of on his roster. And with the Phil's pitching staff loaded up with predominantly right-handers, he's loaded his lineup up with guys who can bat left-handed. Runner takes off, lined into center field. Rojas will trip back and make the catch, and that will finally end the 8th inning for the Senators, but not before they do more damage. They put 3 more runs across. They do it on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's now Harrisburg 8, Reading 4 on the Reading Fightin Phillies radio network.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
To the bottom of the 8th we go, and the Senators will bring in a left-hander, Evan Lee, with a couple of left-handers due up for the Phils here in the 8th. Ethan Wilson will lead it off on one of those left-handers, facing Evan Lee, who pitched in Wednesday's win for the Senators and pitched a clean inning for Harrisburg. Ethan Wilson, 2 for 3 on the night. Singled in the 4th, doubled and scored a run in the 4-run 6th inning for the Phils. First pitch from Evan Lee, spins him off the plate on a breaking ball. Lee in that outing pitched 1 inning, struck out 2, did not give up a hit. 1-0 to Ethan Wilson. That's over for a called strike. Nick Podkill in the on-deck circle. Oliver Dunn will follow for the Phils. Line down the left field line and slicing foul and out of play. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ethan Wilson.
Nick Podkill waits on deck, 0 for 3 tonight. 13-game on-base streak on the line in his next at-bat.
This one lined towards short and into left center field for a base hit. Leonel Valero leaped as high as he could, and it was just over his outstretched glove, and Ethan Wilson with his 3rd hit of the night.
Ethan Wilson, like you said, 3rd hit of the night. That's the 4th time this year he's put up 3 hits. His 10th multi-hit game of the season as well. Well, running down by 4, they put a 4th spot up in the 6th. See if they can scratch and claw their way back again.
As Jake said, Nick Podkill was hot until you faced Jackson Rutledge, who struck him out all 3 times tonight. So Nick Podkill happy to see Rutledge night end as he bats here for the 4th time, carrying an 0 for 3. The first pitch from Evan Lee is a ball. Wilson takes his lead off of first. 1-0 pitch. There for a called strike one on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball. One pitch, again over for a called strike. Now Podkul again in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's way outside. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lee, 25-year-old left-hander, originally from Bryant, Arkansas. Played his college baseball for the Razorbacks. Comes with his 2-2 pitch. Podkul checks his swing, and they say he goes around. Ray Ricker again will voice his displeasure with Jae-Young Kim for the 2nd time tonight.
I'd like to see a replay of that one. I do not know about that.
He checked his swing, but his body turned, and so depending on how you perceive that as the umpire, he checked his swing, but because his momentum of his body went around, that carries the bat around, but he didn't have to swing at the ball. So that's 1 down, and it brings up Oliver Dunn, who had a 2-run home run his last time up. Made it a 6-4 game. At the time, it's 8-4 right now. Senators on top. As Dunn bats with a man on first base and 1 out here in the 8th. That one's outside. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Dunn. Evan Lee was a 15th round draft pick of the Washington Nationals out of Arkansas in 2018. Comes with that funky delivery and the curveball that's over for a called strike. It's 2-1. Lee did pitch in the major leagues last year, had a start for the Nationals in New York on June 1st of 2022. 2-1 pitch coming from him right here. And coming with that curveball against the left-hand hitting Dunn, and it's inside. It's 3-1. Made 3 more relief appearances for the Nationals later on in June before ending up going on the disabled list. It finished his season with a left flexor strain issue. 3 balls and a strike. Here's his pitch. Fouled straight back by Dunn. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oliver a little frustrated because he felt like he was right on that fastball, but fouled it straight back instead.
The ball spun up off the netting, which tells you that it's a good swing. When you're swinging down on the ball and you're creating that backspin and you see it spin up, you know it's a good swing.
And now it's 3-2. And the fastball, same thing, fouled straight back. Max McDowell in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. The man on first and 1 out. Comes with a curveball and missed it outside. And Oliver Dunn draws the walk. Good at bat by Dunn. Now there's 2 on.
Like I said, offensively, the batters have competed all night long, especially the last few innings. Good at bats. They're not trying to get it all back, quote unquote, in one swing of the bat, because quite frankly, you can't. You have to keep winning your at bats, trust the next guy in line, and that's what they're doing.
Max McDowell bats, 1 for 3 on the night. Max now 3 out of 10 in the series as he takes 1 for a called strike 1. Max spent the last couple of seasons in the Yankees organization. Very happy with the transition to the Phillies organization, as he shared with us last night in the pregame show. A 1 pitch in the dirt, good block by Lindsley to keep both runners in their place. Ethan Wilson at second, Oliver Dunn at first. Now 1-1 to Max McDowell. Fouled straight back. Lee doesn't have an overpowering fastball by any stretch of the imagination. In the low 90s right now in the radar gun. Phil's just trying to time it up. Just a bit underneath it at this point in time. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to McDowell. This one hit hard and fouled on the third baseline. Phil's bullpen is quiet, so it would appear that Max Coons will have the 9th for the Fightins. Now the Harrisburg bullpen begins to stir a little bit. In the event that Evan Lee gets in any for more damage. 2 on, 1 out. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Max McDowell. Over for a called strike 3.
Just got the ever so inside corner of the strike zone. Pete Chalkington rings him up. So here comes McCarthy Tatum. If you're the Fightins, you'd like to at least get a run here, if not 2, to try and drum some momentum up for the 9th. You're going to roll to the top of the lineup, but if you can do it, say a 3 or 2 run deficit, feel a lot better than a 4-run deficit.
Tatum 1 for 3 on the night. He doubled back into second. This one lined into right field, and it's through for a base hit. Ethan Wilson will be waved around. He will score without a throw. Good base running by Oliver Dawn. He goes to third. RBI single for McCarthy Tatum. It's a 9-5 game.
And not even the most hitterish pitch in the world. It was a pitch that was bottom of the zone, and Tatum still found a way, just threw the hands at it, sliced it the other way. It was 106 off the bat, so he still hit it pretty hard and finds a hole for a base hit. Joel Hanrahan will take a trip here as Cam Cannon is the tying run. And may I say, Cam Cannon is not just due, he's overdue. We talked about it with Rojas too, a little bit with Wilson when he came off the IL. It's hard. Baseball is a sport that is very timing oriented, right? So guys like, Rojas, we saw it. Wilson, we're seeing it with Cannon now. They come off the IL. They don't see live pitching for, say a couple of days or a couple of weeks. In Cannon's case here, so he's just trying to get that timing back. Doesn't go on a rehab start. He stayed with Reading while he rehabbed. So getting that timing back in games. Well, it's the 4th at-bat tonight. See if he's got it back. Would be a great time for Cam Cannon to break through.
9-5 Harrisburg on top. Cam Cannon bats with 2 on and 2 out. Up high, ball 1. 16th RBI of the season for McCarthy Tatum on that base hit. Misses again, it's 2-0.
Stokes waits on deck, so I said, you're not pitching around Cannon to get to the top of the lineup. The count's 2-0. We'll see if Lee attacks him, and if he does, we'll see if Cannon pounces.
Dunn the runner at third, Tatum the runner at first. 2-0 pitch is over for a called strike. Came with a curveball in the 2-0 pitch.
Pitching backwards big time here to the 9-hole hitter, Cannon.
I think Lee just has a whole lot better comfort level right now with the curveball than he does the fastball.
That's his specialty, too.
Well, here he goes, 2-1. Cannon checks and takes 3 balls in a strike.
Was down and out. Hitters count here. Got to be really selective here if you're Cam Cannon. 1 pitch, 1 spot. You have to lock in on that area if you're going to pull the trigger.
Wide ball 4. So the Phils have them loaded, and Madison Stokes, as the tying run, will walk to the plate. See if the Senators make a move here.
Does not look like it. Well, here's the thing. Teams that are struggling, it takes 1 moment, 1 spark to turn things around. Here's your opportunity. Here comes Lionel Shields.
He waited a while, and I think that was just to give the guy in the bullpen a little bit more tosses to continue to warm up. And they are going to make that call to the bullpen. The Alverna University Golden Wolves call the bullpen, that is. We'll have it for you when we come back on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phil's fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin Phillies game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphillies.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
New pitcher for the Senators is right-hander Odavi Javier. Making his second appearance in this series. He ended up getting the win in relief in Tuesday's morning game. He walks his way into a bases-loaded two-out jam here in the bottom of the eighth. Phillies with a run in, they're down 9-5.
Well, back to what I was saying. When teams are struggling, it takes a spark to turn things around. Here's a moment, here's an opportunity for a guy in Madison Stokes who's waited all year to pounce on his opportunities. It's all he's done. Here's another chance for him.
First pitch, outside for a ball. Stokes 1 for 3 on the night. Ground out, line out, base hit, walk in 4 plate appearances. Scored a run as well. One-0 pitch. Down low, ball 2. Javier, 26-year-old right-hander, originally signed by the Atlanta Braves back in 2014. Has been back and forth between Harrisburg and AAA Rochester a couple times over the course of this season. 2-0 pitch is over for a called strike 1.
Stokes taken all the way there, which 2-0 bases loaded this situation. Right decision, especially Javier goes off speed at the slider.
Again, bases loaded, 2 down, bottom half of the 8th inning. 2-1 the count to Madison Stokes. In the dirt, ball 3. Blake Lindsley's done a really good job and pitches in the dirt tonight, keeping that one in front of him.
So the same thing I said last at bat, 3-1, 1 pitch, 1 spot. Really disciplined approach you need here from Madison Stokes.
Great crowd on hand tonight. They're trying to cheer the home team on to a come-from-behind run here in the 8th. Ripped into left field. Gonna fall for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Tatum. Madison Stokes with a 2-run double. It's a 9-7 game.
Keep the line rolling, Bob. Just keep it going. Madison Stokes comes through. And it's a 2-run game for who else but Carlos De La Cruz.
Team leading 11th double of the season for Madison Stokes, and that was a rocket down the third baseline.
Needed to be 15 more feet and 5 feet higher in the air, and this game's tied right now, but tying run on, look, if you're De La Cruz here though, mindset's gotta be simple. Drive the ball the other way on a line drive. Do not be thinking home run up here.
Cannon out third, Stokes at second. Cruz up and in, almost hit him again. Carlos was hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carlos De La Cruz.
Big swing there from De La Cruz. But look, we have a wide open gap on the right side.
Yep.
Line drive the other way. Keep those hands inside the baseball. Drive it the other way.
1 ball, 1 strike. Lined into center field. Hassel breaks back and he'll make the catch without a problem. So the Phillies with a little more thunder in the 8th. They put 2 runs across. They do it on 3 hits. They leave 2. We head to the top of the 9th. It's now a 2-run game. Harrisburg 9, Reading 7.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phillies fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phillies fans, see an Our Phillies road game, meet with an Our Phillies player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phillies road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phillies in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phillies player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday. to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phil's fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphillies.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
So here we go to the 9th inning. Max Coons back out there for the Fightins, and again, his job is to try to hold down Harrisburg and see if Reading can have one more comeback in them. It was a 6-0 game. The Fightins made it a 6-4 game. And a 3-spot by Harrisburg in the top of the 8th was matched by a 3-spot by the Phils in the bottom half. 9-7 as we head to the 9th inning. Yacel Antuna, Leonel Valera, and Brady Lindsley due up for the Senators here in the 9th. Antuna 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch to him by Coons on the inside corner for a called strike. If you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, good folks at Savage 61 Dodge and the Savage Auto Group are ready to help you with your search. Visit their dealership on the Pottsville Pike. Savage L&B out on Route 422 in Warnersville. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Antuna. This one fouled out of play. Coons came on in relief to get the last 2 outs in the 8th inning. Did surrender an RBI double to Blake Rutherford. This one is up high, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Antuna. That's way outside. It's 3-2. And the walks just continue to pile up for this Phil's pitching staff. Max McDowell's calling a timeout. It's an equipment issue for Max. I don't know if it's his glove. I think it looks like the webbing in his glove may have ripped.
Yeah, he'll make his way over to the dugout and switch gloves with in there. So go to the backup glove, Max McDowell will.
So the count to Antuna leading off the 9th. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Way inside, ball 4. So Antuna, another leadoff base runner for the Senators.
Our Phil's bullpen quiet. Tyler McKay was warming up. He does walk back out there, so we'll see if he gets loose again or if it's Max Coons' inning to get out of.
7th walk surrendered tonight by Phil's pitching as Valera bats. And he takes ball 1. Valera 1 for 4 on the night. Singled as part of that 4-run 5th inning for the Senators. Tuna takes his lead off of first. And he misses again. It's 2-0. Way inside, almost hit him. As we say that, things start to stir around in the Phil's bullpen.
Looks like it's Braden Zarbniski who's grabbing a glove to start throwing.
3-0. Swings at it and finds a hole. Didn't hit it very hard, but found the spot between Cannon and Tatum. Rolls it into left field for a base hit. 11th hit of the night for the Senators. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, 3-0 green light, that if the ball's 5 feet to the left or 5 feet to the right, it's probably a double play ball, but it finds that 5.5 hole between Cannon at short and Tatum at third, and it's a base hit. Double play stays in order here with Lindsley at the plate. We've reached the bottom third of the Harrisburg lineup, so we'll see if they can get a double play here as Brad Bergerson will go out to talk to Coons. It probably also gives Zarbniski some extra time to throw.
Yeah, this is nothing more than a stalling tactic to give Zarbniski a little bit more time. That really ultimately has been one of the issues for the Phils. Again, in a day and age you're using so many different arms, trying to save some arms at times. And so you don't necessarily get a guy up just to warm him up. But then if you don't and the guy gets in trouble, now you have to try to buy some time until the guy in your bullpen can get loose. So that's what they're trying to do right now. They're hoping that Coons could get them through this ninth inning, and still hoping that he can, but he's got 2 on and nobody out here.
Best case scenario here is conversation settles Coons down and he get the next 3 batters out, or roll a double play ball here.
Lindsley
get to the 9th 2-run deficit.
1 for 3 on the night. He scored a couple of runs, walked and scored, and singled and scored. First pitch there for a strike. And right back with another. Back-to-back fastballs. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Brady Lindsley. And he's going to call time now because he wants to not so much call time, but voice his thought process to Pete Talkington.
Last pitch wasn't in the zone, so good call by Talkington.
Yeah, I don't know what he'd be arguing about. They look like 2 pretty good pitches. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Coons gets the fastball by Lindsley for the strikeout and the first out in the inning.
A little bit extra mustard on that fastball too from Coons. 96 on the fastball. Usually he sits 94-ish. Tonight we've seen a lot of 95, 96s. He's even touched 97 a couple of times, so a little bit extra from Coons. But whatever Brad Bergerson said, certainly settled Coons down some.
Second strikeout for Coons as Sanchez now will bat. Sanchez 0 for 3 on the night. He walked and scored a run earlier in the game. First pitch, just a bit outside. It's 1-0. It looked like a slider coming from Coons. Got away from the fastball that he threw by Lindsley 3 in a row. Fouled straight back and out of play. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Sanchez. The 9-hole hitter's in the on-deck circle, and that's not a good thing, because the 9-hole hitter has done a lot of damage throughout this series for Harrisburg. Whether it be Jackson Clough, who's been there the last 3 games, or the guy at the plate, Jose Sanchez, who had a home run batting in the 9th spot in the opener. This one's way inside. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Niski continues to throw in the Phil's bullpen. That one misses as well, and now it's 3-1. Like Reed Schaller throwing in the Harrisburg bullpen. 3-1 pitch rolled towards short. Cannon flips to Dunn for 1. The relay. And Nick Podko makes a tremendous catch and keeps his foot on the bag for a double play. 6-4-3, and the Senators are done in the 9th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Last chance for the Phils. They need 2 runs for a tie and 3 for a W. We'll have it for you when we go back on the Ready Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities in motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Convenient.
So here we go to the 9th inning for the Fightin' Phils. New pitcher on the mound for Harrisburg will be right-hander Reed Schaller. Johan Rojas, Ethan Wilson, Nick Podkul, 3, 4, and 5. 2 up for Reading here in the 9th. Phils need 2 to tie, 3 for the win. Schaller making his second appearance in this series. He pitched in last night's game as well. Pitched 1 inning, struck out the side in last night's game.
Luke Chavez, stay ready. Center fielder, Johan Rojas.
Harrisburg 9, Reading 7. Johan Rojas, 1 for 3 on the night. A single, a sacrifice fly, and it came oh so close in his last time up with a chance to came close to tying this one up, but hit one to the wall in left field. Reed Schaller starts him by missing with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, ball 1. Rojas' job here, get on base. Get it started. Takes one for a called strike. Schaller, 26-year-old right-hander, comes with a pitch. It's over for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Rojas. Now Rojas will call time. Schaller, originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, played for Vanderbilt and was a 3rd-round draft pick of the Nationals in 2018 out of Vanderbilt University. 1-2 pitch. Tapped slowly. Going to be a tough play for Valera, and he will not make the play. Johan Rojas does his job. He's on base. They're going to give him a base hit for it. And so the Phils will bring the tying run to the plate. Ethan Wilson will be that guy first. Hit number 12 on the night for the Phils. Wilson having a good night, 3 for 4. Could make it a spectacular one here. Rojas back easily. Can't imagine he's going anywhere right now, down 2 runs. Way inside, another great play by Lindsley. Blake Lindsley's really good at sliding on his knees and blocking pitches, keeping that one from going to the backstop and allowing Rojas to move up. Two and out. Nick Podkul in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. 2 balls and no strikes to Ethan Wilson. Fouled straight back. 93 miles an hour on a fastball. Wilson was all over it, fouled it straight back. fouls another one off, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So he got behind Wilson 2-0. Now Ethan has fouled off 2 straight to even the count. Swing and a miss, D-right 3. 95 on the radar gun that time, and Wilson could not catch up to the high fastball. Out number 1 in the 9th. Situation remains the same. Podkill now will bat. Podkill's had a frustrating night with the bat in his hand. Just made a tremendous play at the end of the inning to save a double play for the Phils and get them out of any further damage. He can change around an 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts right here. Rojas does take off. They will throw down, and it's not in time. Johan Rojas with stolen base number 16. Harrisburg thought they had him, but the tag applied by Jackson Clough looked like it was on the backside of Johan Rojas, and Johan saying, look, if you tag me there, that means my feet were on the bag. I'm safe. And so Podkill now with a runner in scoring position does take the double play out of the equation with Rojas now at second. 1 ball and no strikes to Podkill. Swing and fouled it off his foot. 1 ball and a strike. Nick a little frustrated at that one. Out in front of that off-speed pitch. Schaller pitched for the Senators last year in relief. 38 games, 4-7 with a 5.70 earned run average. 47 strikeouts in 42 2/3 innings. 1 ball and 1 strike to Podkill. Outside ball 2. Oliver Dunn, who had a 2-run home run earlier in this game in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. Aiden Zarnipski continues to stay loose in the bullpen for the Fightins just in case. Actually, it looks like Tyler McKay now throwing. That one's on the outside corner for a called strike 2, 2-2. Senators bullpen is quiet. This is Schaller's game. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fouled away. Schaller does not have a save on the season. This is his 12th appearance. All in relief, 1-2 with a 4.32 earned run average. As I said, he struck out the side in his previous appearance last night. Up high, ball 3, 3-2. (16 2/3 innings coming in, 19 strikeouts, 7 walks by Schaller. He's got a 3-2 count now on Podkill, who chokes up a little bit on the bat. Now time is called at the plate. No, it is a pitch clock violation. Johan Rojas was dancing around at second base, and it distracted Schaller. Delano DeShields is going to come out and argue. The pitch clock violation is ball 4, so Podkill's on base. Give credit to Johan Rojas on that. He distracted Schaller by dancing around, and Schaller kept looking back at him, and the pitch clock expired. Now there is a conversation, and now Al Padrique is involved in the conversation. Are they going to somehow or another say a time was called? They're going to send Rojas back to second. You can only assume that they're going to say that. No, that they're going to say that the walk stands, the pitch clock violation stands, but in essence, it's a time called at that point in time, so Rojas can't move up to third. So Podkill's walk does stand. They just move Rojas back to second. So Oliver Dunn will bat. Tying run now is at first base. Winning run is at the plate in Oliver Dunn. So that was the discussion, that Rojas could not move up on the play because it is, in essence, a dead ball at the moment of the pitch clock violation. So 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Dunn. Ball 1. Oliver 1 for 3 on the night, the 2-run home run. He also walked and scored in the 8th. And Rojas dances off. Big swing, no contact. done way out in front of the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1. Harrisburg 9, Reading 7. Phillies with the tying runs on base. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Fouled down the third base line and slicing towards the 67 club. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oliver Dunn. On the inside corner, called strike 3. Dunn does not think that is a strike, but he is retired. Second strikeout now for Schaller. The Phils are down to their last at bat. It'll be Max McDowell who will bat for the Fightins. PSECU brings you tonight's attendance number, 8,193. Seeing a good one here at FirstEnergy Stadium. PSECU proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Max McDowell will now bat. Max 1 for 4 on the night. Pitch again in the dirt, and again a nice play by Lindsley. Max with 10 RBIs on the season, 2 home runs on the year. Ripped into left field. Rutherford back, looks up, and it's gone! Max McDowell with the walk-off 3-run home run! And the Fightin Phils have won it in the bottom of the 9th. Max McDowell with the 3-run home run that just clears the left center field fence. And the Reading Fightin Phils with a walk-off W. Reading 10, Harrisburg 9. Oh, what a lift it gives to a struggling ball club to win one like this. Max McDowell, the veteran catcher. Yesterday in the pregame show, I called him Crash Davis. And just like Crash Davis, he comes up with the big home run that wins the ball game for the Fightin Phils in the bottom of the 9th. Reading 10, Harrisburg 9. We'll take a timeout and come back with a post-game show right after this on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network.
tonight's post-game activities. Let's send it down to the field to Huntsville.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium, and what a night it has been for the Reading Fightin Phils. A game they once trailed 6-0. This game started out as a great pitching duel between two top right-handed pitchers. For the Washington Nationals organization, Jackson Rutledge. For the Philadelphia Phillies organization, Mick Abel. And they were as advertised early on through the first 4 innings. Abel had 9 strikeouts, gave up a solo home run to Frankie Tostado in the 4th inning for the game's first run. But then Abel ran into some control issues in the 5th. And when it was all said and done, Harrisburg put up a 5 spot in that 5th inning. It also ended the night for Mick Abel, as Andrew Schultz had to come in to get the final out. Mick Abel's night goes 4 2/3 innings, 6 runs on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And so the Phils had spotted Harrisburg a 6-run advantage, and ultimately had to figure out a way to get back out of that jam, and they were able to do so eventually in the 6th inning. It started with a Madison Stokes single, then Carlos De La Cruz followed with a single. Stokes went to third base on the play, and then Johan Rojas plated him with a sacrifice fly. Ethan Wilson then doubled to score De La Cruz to make it a 6-2 game. And then Oliver Dunn with a 2-run home run to make it a 6-4 game. We got to the 8th inning, and again, the Phils bullpen ran into some trouble as Zach Lingenfelter in his 2nd inning of work started the 8th inning with Brady Lindsley getting a single, and then a double by Jackson Clough, who has been a thorn in the Phils side of this series, scored Lindsley after a balk put him on second base. That made it a 7-4 game. And then a double by Blake Rutherford brought home Clough. And then an error allowed Rutherford to come around to score, and a 3-spot for the Senators in the 8th inning put their advantage back up to a 9-4 deficit, but the Phils chipped away in their half of the 8th. Ethan Wilson got it started with a single, then a walk to Oliver Dunn, an RBI single by McCarthy Tatum brought home 1 run, and then a 2-run double by Madison Stokes got those 3 runs back, and it was back to a 8-7 game, or excuse me, a 9-7 game in favor of Harrisburg. Max Coons got himself into some trouble in the 9th, but a double play ended. It was a great play by Nick Podkol on a wild throw from Oliver Dunn on the relay. Podkol, full extension, held his foot on the bag and got the out, and the double play that ended the rally of the threat for the Senators in the 9th inning. And so Reading came to the plate in the bottom of the 9th, needing 2 to tie and 3 to win. Johan Rojas started it off with an infield single. Ethan Wilson then struck out. Nick Podkol worked a walk. It was 1st and 2nd, 1 down. Oliver Dunn struck out, and with the last man up, Max McDowell stepped to the plate, and Max McDowell drove it over the left center field fence for the walk-off 3-run home run, his 3rd home run of the year, 13 RBIs on the season, and the Phils in dramatic style with the walk-off W win it by a final score of 10-9. Max McDowell again with the 3-run walk-off home run, and the Phils win it by a final score of 10-9. So again, a struggling team, and each and every one of the players we talked to in our pregame conversations, in our pregame show, Al Padrique has said it time and time again that this clubhouse has not come apart despite the losses. They all believe that they are going to turn this thing around. They all believe that they have the ability in that clubhouse to get wins. We talked with top pitching prospect tonight, Griff McGarry. He said the exact same thing. He couldn't wait to come back from his injury rehab in Clearwater to get back with the guys in the clubhouse because he thinks that this team has what it takes to come from behind. Max McDowell, our guest the night before, said the exact same thing, and boom, Max McDowell is a big part of it all, and a great celebration at home plate. and some early fireworks as the fireworks are about to go off here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Saturday night, more fireworks. In fact, tomorrow night, some Mega Blast fireworks, the largest fireworks show in stadium history. Tomorrow night here at FirstEnergy Stadium, Phillies and the Senators, 6:45 is pregame time. The gates will open at 5 o'clock. Again, we'll be out on the plaza around 5:30 with our pregame show. And if not, you can hear it on our pregame radio show beginning at 6:30 with first pitch at 6:45. And then the Phillies and the Senators will finish up the series on Sunday at 5:15. And don't forget, the Philly Fanatic will be here to perform on Sunday. Great tickets remain for all our Phillies games. Our Phillies at 610-370-BALL if you want to call or go online and order at ourphils.com. What a tremendous end to the baseball game tonight. Max Coons will get the win. Reed Schaller suffers the loss for the Senators in the 9th inning. Harrisburg falls to now 22-20. Reading goes to 16-26 as the Phils win the first game in this 6-game series. Harrisburg now has the series lead at 3-1. And the Phils and Senators again will go at it tomorrow night. Time of the game exactly 3 hours and played in front of 8,193 here at America's Classic Ballpark. The Fightin' Phils over the 100,000 mark in the attendance already in the 2023 season. We thank you very much for coming out here each and every night and watching this team play baseball and be entertained by the many things that happen here at FirstEnergy Stadium, including fireworks that are about to get underway here in a matter of a few minutes. So we're going to get out of here before the fireworks get going, but plenty of fireworks tonight, and it was all ended on the 3-run walk-off home run by Max McDowell. That will do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, from my colleague Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks as always for listening to Reading and Fightin' Phil's radio network and watching us out as well on MILB TV. Hope you'll do so tomorrow night as the Phils and the Senators go after one another for Game 5 of this series. If not, better yet, we'd love to see you right here at the ballpark. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great night.
Enjoy the